Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is April 11th. I hope everybody had a happy Easter last weekend. I did take the weekend off since we had family come in town, so I apologize for not doing a Facebook Live last week. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot real quick, that I am faced the right way, I did take the weekend off, and you can hear me. Okay, all the technology is working. Yahoo! That is half the problem with going live. Okay, let me turn on live chat so that I can see people who are popping in. We are talking about new product today. Yay! Are you guys excited? I am so excited. Okay. Before we jump into that though, let me do a few housekeeping things like always. Let's see. Let me grab my, where'd I put it all? Okay, there are 3 levels of creativity that Stampin' Up! Offers. Bear with me just a second. We have something for everyone. We have something for beginners, our step-by-step kits. We have something for the intermediate, people who don't have a lot of supplies but want to still be creative. That's our mix and match section. And then we have Creativity Your Own Way for the advanced paper crafter, pretty much our whole catalog. So when I talk about kits, the level 1, we have several different types of kits. We have the kits that are in the brown box. These can be found at stampinup.com. They come out with 2 new kits at least every month, sometimes 3 depending on what's going on in the Stampin' Up! World. These kits are all inclusive. They have everything that you need. This is one that I've already put together, but it includes your cardstock, your stamp, your ink, your adhesive, your instructions. This one I believe went on the last chance list. So if you like this one, go pick it up before it's gone. I haven't checked to see if it's gone. I know a lot of that stuff goes on and off that last chance list very fast. So I did make a shaker card out of it. These weren't shaker cards, but it's very easy to convert them to shaker cards. So our brown box can be found online. Scrapbooking kits can be found online. They're called scrapbooking workshops. And again, they have everything in there. It's got your paper, it's got instructions, it has your stickers, your punch outs, whatever you need to create the 3 2-page layouts. It does not have your adhesive in this kit, so you will need your own adhesive. So these both can be found online. And then you have the monthly paper pumpkin. These are a subscription. You have to become a member. It's kind of like a Christmas present to your door every month. We get sneak peeks of what's in them, but we never get to see the full thing until it comes to our door. Stampin' Up! Wants it to be a surprise, which I love. Hi Leslie, how are you? Yes, fun stuff. Okay, so on our paper pumpkins, just a couple of sneak peeks for the upcoming paper pumpkins. This one I'm really excited about. It's called Lakeside Retreat. You have to subscribe. Oh, you know what? The subscription for this one just ended. You had to be subscribed by yesterday. Okay, I'm going to take this one off. So this one is great because it coordinates with a new sweet collection in our new May catalog. So a sneak peek, this right here, you can get these goodies in our May catalog. But this paper pumpkin coordinated with that. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about the dates. May, so you have to subscribe between April 11th through May 10th to get the Sparkling Celebrations kit. I love the ombre effect of the sky back here. I love this bay window die cut. It says it's got silver foil, so it's going to have some foiling to it. So this should be a fun one. And then the sneak peek for May 11th through June 10th. This one's called Bikes and Blooms. We've got some beautiful silver butterfly embellishments. We've had some gold ones for a long time that I loved because they're flat and you can meld them real easily. So we've got some floral, we've got some bikes. This says have a lovely day, I'm guessing. So that'll be fun. A beautiful sentiment. So those are for the next 2 months. And then these are some great coordinating add-on dies. This is item 168665 for $13. It's got some butterflies, some flowers, some fireworks. This would be gorgeous for a scrapbooking page or a card, to cut out several of them on your base cardstock and then stick some gold or red or blue sparkly glitter paper underneath. I think that would make a beautiful 4th of July card. It's got this beautiful sign that could be great on that lakeside retreat. But fun dies. So if you want those, make sure you add that item, 168665. So those are our kits. We do have a new product of the month. I thought I had printed it out, and then I was putting all my stuff together for the Facebook Live today, and I guess I don't have it. I guess it's up at work. So the new product of the month is a beautiful big eyelet die. I don't know if you've seen those or not. Leslie, have you seen it? It reminds me of the country lace paper that we had in the old catalog. Do you remember this paper? This gorgeous, it retired. I don't know if you can still get it on the last chance list or not. I don't think so. But this was a beautiful pack of paper that had this beautiful eyelet design. That is what I think it's called Eyelet Blossoms or Blossoms Eyelet die. It's big, it's pretty. I cannot wait to get it. So if you turn in a $75 item or order or more, then you can get the product of the month for $5. That is a great deal. That is a huge savings. That's like a $15 to $20 savings. So if you're already turning in that order, you might as well pick up the product of the month for $5. And that eyelet die is the product of the month for this month. So don't miss out on that. The last housekeeping rule, or not rule, but thing that I want to share with you guys is, did you know that Stampin' Up! Offers so much more than scrapbooking and card making supplies? We do. We offer classes, online retreats, craft classes. Right now, the one that they are talking about is this album retreat. It's April 29th through May 1st, so that's coming up pretty fast. If you're going to want to buy the materials for this class, you need to get that order turned in. It is $250, which is a lot of money, I know, but the stuff that is included in this kit is amazing. The kit is 168051 for the item number. And not only do you get all of the supplies to make, I think it's 10 two-page layouts, so 20 pages, you get 21 hours of online instruction time. This is a 3-day retreat. It is mountain time from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. They do have a Facebook group just dedicated for this event. So if you can't catch it live, then you can go back and have access to it. So, but it is fun to do it live with everybody there so that you can chat and be part of the group. That's half the fun, I think. So anyway, just want to let you know if this is something you're interested. If you want more information, holler at me. But it is April 29th through May 1st. That is the album retreat class that they have announced that is going on. Okay, so before we talk about new product, let's talk about old product. Before we say hello to all the new stuff, we have to say goodbye to all the old stuff. And that's always a sad time for me. Is it a sad time for you, Leslie? I'm just curious. There's some stamps that I didn't get to use or show off, and I get mad at myself for that. I'll show you a couple of those today. But right now, a lot of these items from the mini catalog that ends at the end of this month and the annual catalog that ends at the end of this month, a lot of that stuff has gone to the last chance list. A lot of that stuff is already sold out. So if there was anything that you were wanting, you might want to run over there, of course not during my Facebook Live, but afterwards, and make sure that you can still get your goodies, your must-haves. And that is going to be on the last chance products list. So make sure you're checking out that last chance products list. Once the items go over to this, and once they are gone, they're gone. You're never going to get them again unless you're on eBay looking and somebody has it. So we came out with lots of online exclusives for the month of March. So if you haven't taken a moment to look at those, there are some great items in there. This jar one was really popular. The beach one has been, the rolling waves has been really popular. The capturing smiles. This cutest crew. Every time I go to turn in an order, this will be the third time. So I'll be trying 4 times when I turn in my April order. This has been sold out. I cannot get my hands on that thing. And I want it. I want it so bad. So those are the March ones. Here's a sneak peek of the online May exclusives. If you love Winnie the Pooh, you don't want to miss out on this one. There is a great Wooded Acre embossing folder. There is some cute paper that it'll just take you back. So if you grew up loving Winnie the Pooh, you're going to love this. There are some great dies. This is one of those, what I call mega suites. It comes with 2 stamp sets, 2 sets of dies. Some of these dies have these beautiful label die cuts. The other one has the images to either stamp and color your characters or to cut out your characters out of the paper. So, just FYI. Don't want you missing out on anything. Okay, let me move all this stuff. Let's talk about new product. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so also let me say this. I think you've heard me announce this, but Stampin' Up! Is changing the catalogs. So we used to have 1 annual catalog and 2 mini catalogs every year. So this one would go like May to May. This mini catalog would go from September to December. You would have all your fall goodies in there. So Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, winter. And then we would get another mini catalog in January. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. Too much talking. And it would go from January to April, and it would have all the spring goodies. So Valentine's, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, military. They're getting rid of this annual catalog. We're going to have 3 mini catalogs. So we'll have the January to the end of April. Then we'll have, instead of a new annual catalog that comes out, we'll have a mini catalog that comes out from May to September. And then we'll have the fall mini catalog. So just so you know, they are changing things up a little bit. I really think that's good because I think a lot of this stuff in this annual catalog kind of got forgotten about whenever the new mini catalogs would come out. So every time our annual catalog came out, they would come out with new in colors. 5 new in colors. And our in colors stay for 2 years. So the ones that just retired, so the Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Pretty and Pink, Peach Pie, those have been from 2024 to 2026. And then the 2025 to 2027 colors, the Darling Duckling, the Timid Tiger, the Strawberry Slush, the Cloud Cover, the Secret Sea. Those are still here, but they come out with 5 new ones. So there's always 5 that are going out and 5 that are coming in. So the new in colors, dun da da da, are Barely Blush. So this very pretty light pink, just to kind of give you a comparison, this right here is our Bubble Bath. So it is lighter than Bubble Bath. And this right here is our Pretty in Pink. This is the one that just went out. So, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. That is the Barely Blush. That is the Barely Blush. Where is the Pretty in Pink? Did I already pull that? I did. Here. Let me grab this. Just so you can get some comparison and an idea. Here is the Pretty in Pink. So this Barely Blush, it kind of reminds me, if you guys have been around for a long time, the Blushing Bride color. And I wish I had that to give you a comparison to, but I don't. That one's been gone for a while. So Barely Blush, a very pretty light pink. And then we have Crisp Cantaloupe. Isn't that pretty? So it's this one right here, Crisp Cantaloupe. And it is darker than our oh, what is this color? I'm losing my Petal Pink. That's what it is. Petal Pink. It'll come to me. So it's darker than our Petal Pink, but look how great those, if you were to do some ink blending, those play so nicely together. A light tone and a dark tone. But it's Crisp Cantaloupe. And of course it is way lighter than our Flirty Flamingo. Our Flirty Flamingo has more pink in it. But again, a great color combo. And then here is the Calypso Coral. So again, if you were to take this pink out, look how pretty though. Oh, you guys, I see some floral, ink blending, so pretty. So, so pretty. That makes me want to create today, just looking at those 3 cards, those 3 colors. Okay, so there is Crisp Cantaloupe. And then we have Golden Glow. This, I think they only came out with this color just for the Winnie the Pooh suite. I could be wrong, but we haven't had a gold honey color in quite some time. Like, there's really nothing I can even compare that to. Crushed Curry is way more yellow. And of course, the Daffodil Delight is way more yellow. And then Pumpkin Pie is way more orange. So this Golden Glow, I'm going to say it is the color of Winnie the Pooh. Now, in the past, we have had like more mustard. This is an old ink pad. It's going to be lighter than that. Anyway, Peach Pie, if you were to ask, that's just an old in color that we just lost. I guess this would be pretty close. But again, that is a peach. It's not a golden. But I guess that would be the closest that we've had here recently. But those colors play nicely. This one just retired. So sad. Okay. So, Golden Glow, think of Winnie the Pooh, honey pots. We do have some bee dies and Just Be Mine stamp set. I think the Just Be Mine is still, yeah, it is still current. It did not retire, guys. Be My Valentine. See this stamp? They've got a die. Where's the die? Anyway, think of bees, think of honey, think of Winnie the Pooh. But that or Be My Valentine did stick around. It stayed with us. Okay. This next one, Hydrangea Hue. Oh, this is such a pretty blue, guys. You'll have to let me know, Leslie, what your favorite in color is. Hydrangea Hue. I'm going to say my favorite one, I think, is this Crisp Cantaloupe. Believe it or not, because I'm not normally a pinky, peachy person. But this is beautiful. As far as what it compares to, Balmy Blue is way lighter. Of course, the Coastal Cabana, the Pool Party, that's way greener. That's Coastal. Here's Pool Party. See, those are way greener. And then, of course, it's way lighter than the Azure Afternoon. So more of a bluey purple. May have closely been with the boho blue or the old color, if you remember those, the ballet blue. No, that's still too blue. Almost amethyst. I bet you that one was pretty close. That's a real bluey purple. So, nope, you can't even see it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, a very pretty bluey purple. And then the last one is the Peaceful Pine. That's going to be a great Christmas green. But again, we don't have really anything currently. It compares to our Old Olive. That's way off. Here's our Garden Green. That one's not too far off, but this one has a darker, here is the Shaded Spruce. That's way, but, I was gonna say they play pretty nicely together, but I don't know. Maybe just those two. And then of course it's way lighter than our Mossy Meadow. So it's a very pretty, not so much in your face, duller Christmas color. Anyway, hopefully that helps you kind of get a bearing on the 5 in colors. Again, I would love to know what your favorite in color is. But I really think mine is this Crisp Cantaloupe. These are our new ink pads. These are the magnetic ink pads. So they open like this. You can tell they are magnetic. So you can stack them on top of each other if you want to get this bottom one out of the way. But they are way easier to open. So if you have any arthritis problems, of course our current pads, you know, you pull up and then slide in. Some of these can be, especially at the beginning, a little bit harder to open. So these are nicer. Of course, they do cost a little more, but all of our pads are going to come out in these magnetic ones. So they have started with the in colors. You can also push in on these, and it gives you some ink over here in this little reserve, and then you can watercolor with this. So that's quite nice. These are a linen pad, so you can take your stamp on it and move it around and not tear up your pads. That's kind of like our old ink pads. Let me grab. Here's our old style. They opened up a little bit different. You, instead of pulling up, you pushed up, and then it just kind of flipped over. And see, you could, these were the linen pads too. They weren't the foam pads. So you could push that in there and get some ink on that little reserve area in watercolor. But these did kind of flip up like our current one. So old, current, new. Now these were the foam pads, so these you just tap, tap, tap. You didn't twist your stamp in the ink pads. You just tapped on there, got that ink, and then stamped off. This you can twist and turn it and not tear up these ink pads. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're in my card club, you'll get to play with these. I will bring them to our next club class, and you'll get to open them, play with them, and see how you guys like them. Another thing is they do stack up very nicely because they are magnetic. I mean, they hold on pretty good to each other. I'm only holding that one ink pad and that one's not falling off. So they are magnet. They do stick together. They stack real nicely. So, but they're not hard to pull off. They're very easy. Okay. So in saying that, we've got of course, our paper. We've got our ribbon. We have our blends, everything that matches the new in colors. This is a beautiful edged. Hopefully you can see that edging on that ribbon, and it's got kind of a sheen middle glittery. Doesn't have glitter on it, but it does kind of sparkle because of that edging. So inks, blends, ribbon, paper, they all color coordinate. We have embellishments. The two in color embellishments are these beautiful butterflies. These are the 26 to 28 in color butterflies. Aren't those pretty? They did throw in some white, so you have Barely Blush, Cantaloupe Crisp, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, and then Hydrangea Hue, and then white. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to those colors and what the names are, but they have them in butterflies and they have them in little dots. These are the 26 to 28 in color dots. So some great embellishments. You'll see why we've got some butterflies going. Okay. Let's talk paper and stamp sets. I was ready for some new product. Sad about some products that are leaving. Some products that I had in my arsenal ready to use. These were from the annual catalog. I was going to use this for Father's Day, Peaceful Pier. I don't really have any family that fishes, but it was going to be very easy to use this for fishing or not. This little pier dock, you could create a really pretty bank and just have just a peaceful over the lake look. It didn't have to have fishing at all. You could put your little fisherman up here like he's fishing, but you didn't have to. I loved this saying, somebody knows, somebody cares, your name is whispered in somebody's prayers. This went to the last chance list. It's gone. It's already sold out. So I had this in my arsenal to use for Father's Day. I'm not going to be using it for Father's Day. I have not used this stamp at all. But I do love it. So I might still, you know, make some personal cards for myself. Another one that was in my arsenal that has already sold out. This is what I was going to use for Mother's Day. Gliding Garden Swing. It already went to the last chance list. It already sold out. It's gone. So the only way you're going to be able to find these are through eBay or something. Somebody's selling their old one. But I loved this porch swing. We got some shrubs. We have some pillows. It says, congratulations on your new home, which I do have a realtor friend that I could make some, you know, cards for. Hang in there. Happy retirement. Sending sunshine. But what I really loved about this stamp set were the dies. You could use it to make a swing, or you could just use these two to make a bench sitting in a park. I really loved this set. Again, I didn't get to use it. It's already gone. When I say things hit the last chance list, and you better be ready, you better be ready. Okay. So, do we want to look, let's talk about, I'm trying to think of where to start. Let's start with the paper. I've got it right here in front of me. Okay. So the new paper in the catalog, which, speaking of catalogs, guys, if you're local and you need a catalog, I have plenty of them ready to go. Just call me and you can swing by and pick one up. If you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, these are free. If you are in card club class, these are free. If not, they're $1.50. So, but I have plenty of them. Let me know if you need one. They are here ready for your enjoyment. First set of paper is called Beautiful Ordinary Life. The colors in this are Basic Black, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Pretty Peacock, Real Red, and Timid Tiger. So none of the new in colors. So if you've got the old in colors, it's a great pack of paper. I do love watercolor, so of course this is my favorite piece right here. And every pack of paper comes with 12 pieces, 2 of each. They are double-sided, so the back of this one, all the backs are black and white in this, so you can use black and white, you can color them. But look, we've got a honeycomb. But so there's 2 pieces of this, so you could have 2 of this, 2 of this, or 1 of each. The second piece is this beautiful striped. Love it. Again, the back is just a black and white floral, not floral, but greenery image. Some leafy vines. The front is this beautiful patterned flower. I just love these colors. They play so nicely together. The back is the black and white polka dot. This reminds me of that Painted Illusions, I want to say February's product of the month paper. So it kind of has this ombre from a light to a dark flirty flamingo look. Some little asterisks or plus black and white signs, or X's, however you put that on your card. Again, here we go with the honeycombs. Are we seeing a theme? I think this is going to be a very popular piece of paper with the Winnie the Pooh set. So just be advised, this pack of paper will probably sell out pretty fast since the Winnie the Pooh stuff is coming out for May. The back is this black and white little arrow pattern. And then we have a beautiful watercolor Pool Party polka dot with some little V's or birds or hearts. This could be several different things. You could ink blend on this with Real Red, use it for Valentine. I mean, several different options. So that is the first pack of paper. There is a beautiful set of dies and a stamp that comes with this. I did not order it. It wasn't something on my must-have list. The dies are a border set, so that would be really fun to play with. They're long borders. But again, Beautiful Ordinary Life is the name of that paper pack. The next pack of paper is this beautiful pack of paper. This is called Velvet Meadow. Let me turn it around here. Velvet Meadow 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. It does have these beautiful flower embellishments. These are very pretty. The colors in this pack, let me go over that with you, is Basic Beige, Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, and Peaceful Pine. So we have the white, the Bubble Bath, and the Berry Burst. There is some very pretty Berry Burst ribbon that will play nicely with this set. So we do have some, was this bubble bath? Yeah, I think, hold on, let me confirm. Yes, bubble bath ribbon. Some very small, I think it's 1/8. Yeah, 1/8 inch ribbon. That's so pretty with this. Of course, you could use the new Peaceful Pine ribbon with this. So pretty. Or you've got some white you could use. Now, this is specialty paper. This is, I believe it's this one. Hold on. Yeah, it's flocked paper. Hopefully you guys know when I say flocked what I mean, and all. Too bad you can't feel this paper. But a flock is kind of like a very soft, kind of like Santa's beard. It's like a cotton ball. It's kind of fuzzy. So on this piece of paper, so one side has the flocked, the other side doesn't. So all the little, not the big white flowers, but the little bitty white flowers are flocked. The back of this is a very pretty, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it's like a basic beige and off-white, maybe a very vanilla floral image. Very subtle. This piece of paper is a great piece of paper for just cutting in half and then cutting in thirds. You can get 6 card fronts. All you have to do is put a little sentiment up here and let the paper do the talking, and your card is done. Maybe a couple of those pretty butterfly embellishments that I showed at the very beginning. Those would be very pretty. You know, the butterfly just kind of fluttering over the garden of flowers. It would not take a lot. It is on like kind of a cross-hatched pattern. Hopefully you can see that pattern back there. But the flocked flowers on this one are not, again, the big white ones, but these little bitty white ones that are kind of peeking through. Hopefully you can see those white flowers right there. The back side is a little pool party, looks like a basket weave or a small little square patterned. There's a very pretty, I love the way this berry burst and this bubble bath play nicely together. The flocked part of this are the little centers of each flower, the little white part. They're so soft. The back is, almost looks pretty similar. It's not, but here's that other, the one that we just saw. But again, a pool party, watercolor, kind of just a little texture, like a little maybe polka dotty square crisscross, I don't know. Kind of a couple of different patterns on that. This one's a very pretty pool party with a very light Peaceful Pine. All the white on this one is flocked. So I don't know if you can see that white flower on top of that Peaceful Pine leaf. That pool party background kind of makes it hard to see. You know what? I keep saying pool party. This is not pool party. It's cloud cover. So sorry. Cloud cover. Are you guys yelling at me yet? That's not pool party, Shauna. That's cloud cover. It's cloud cover. It's cloud cover. Not pool party. Here's an interesting piece. Not really sure. I mean, it's pretty, but it's different. So you have your bubble bath background with some little berry burst flowers, and then the white flocked. All of this is flocked, leafy foliage. The back of it is a cloud cover. It really looks like Pool Party to me, but cloud cover floral image pattern. Very pretty, very subtle. I love this piece. I love the yellow in it. So all of it, the little bitty white parts right here. So again, not the, oh well, yeah, not the big white part, the big white flowers, it's the little white part. The little bitty white flowers have the flocked image. So there is that pack of paper. Again, 2 pieces of each. So if you like this side but don't like this side, you can have 2 pieces of this, or you can have 2 pieces of that, or 1 of each, however you work that out. Again, that one is called Velvet Meadow. And I think it would make gorgeous cards. Put a couple of these little flowers on it, maybe some of those butterflies. Very easy and simple to make a card. Here is the, got this turned around the wrong way. This one is called Waterside Retreat. It has gray granite, misty moonlight, old olive, pecan pie, pool party, and very vanilla. This top piece, these are called cut-aparts because you just take your trimmer and you cut out these images, and these make card fronts. So you get 2 pieces of this. This would have played beautifully with this Stampin' Up! I don't know why you retired this stamp set. It goes hand in hand. I mean, there is a beautiful stamp and die set that goes with this pack of paper. Again, I did not get it, but there is an Adirondack chair. I cannot say that word. But I already have a stamp and die that has that in it. So I did not get it. I'll pull out my old. I'll shop my stash. But love this piece of paper, this cut apart. Love this big image. Love that one. I mean, really, let's talk about it. All you got to do is cut out one of those Adirondack chairs, put the chair here, stamp some little birds like seagulls in the thing, put a sentiment on it, Happy Father's Day, it's your day, relax. You're done. The card is done. Guys like simple anyway. So this is going to be great and probably will sell out very fast when May 1st comes around, since I'm sure people will be making a ton of Father's Day cards with it. This is what I'm going to be using for my May card club class for Father's Day. So it does not have to be fishing themed. It can be fishing themed, but I really wanted to just concentrate on the beautiful, relaxing, Happy Father's Day. If they like fishing, add some fish to it. But there are 2 pieces of this. The back of it is this very pretty nautical misty moonlight striped watercolor. I'm very excited about this pack of paper. Here are some beautiful fish. Again, I do not know anybody in my family that loves fishing, but it is pretty. And I know there are a lot of men out there who love to fish. Here's a very pretty water wave scene. So if you don't like this paper, use the back. Here's a little bicycle. So it does not have to be water themed or fishing themed at all. This is just a pretty relaxing bike scene. The back of it has this tone-on-tone seagulls, shorebirds, just flying in the air. Very pretty. Here is another bird up in the air, just some shorebirds. What you would see, you know, out at the coast. Very pretty. I really like how this is kind of on a diagonal, because you could definitely, if you're a scrapbooker, cut this in half and somebody can use this piece and then somebody can use this. It doesn't have to be all one page. Very pretty. But I love the back. I love a plaid. I love the very peaceful pine green watercolor look. Again, I love watercolor looks. Here are some Lifesaver floats. It looks like some little keychains that you would find for boat keys. Very cool. Again, can't ever go wrong with a wood grain look. So if you don't like the fishing or lake part of the paper, this is a great, just simple pattern. Here are some life vests, some paddles. In the back, again, a very pretty manly striped greens. So again, that one is the one that is called Waterside Retreat. I think it will be a top seller, so if you like that pack of paper, when May 1st comes around, don't wait. I think it's going to sell out. Another great manly paper. This is not in the May catalog. This is something that you can get right now. It was sold out for a little while, but I think it came back into stock. This is called Nature Walk. Yeah. Nature Walk 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. The reason why I had this in my stash is because before that Lakeside paper came out, I was going to use the Peaceful Pier with this for our May card club class, because it had the blues and the greens in it, and it was a great manly set. This has Secret Sea in it. What are the colors? Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Cloud Cover, Crumb Cake, Garden Green, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea. All of our blues and greens. You couldn't go wrong. But I thought trees, foliage, that would make a great background. Here's a really pretty, just blues. You can never go wrong with blues and greens for guys. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this paper because, again, it's not the new one in the May catalog, but it is a cool print. They do have a actual scrapbooking workshop that uses this pack of paper. So, and the scrapbooking workshop is pretty cool. Now, you can always use those stickers and those cutouts and those workshops for cards. So, don't just think because it's a scrapbooking workshop that it's only scrapbooking related. Okay, can I just get a drum roll, please? This was my favorite suite of products. So, saved this one for last. This paper, OMG. But before we talk about that paper, so the embellishments in this suite are Sunset Sparkle Sequins. So pretty. And this suite also comes with some, what I'm going to call pearlized paper. But this pack of paper is called Sunset Shimmer Vellum paper. There are 2 sheets of each. But I don't know if you guys can see that very glittery, pearlized. It just sparkles, guys. So pretty. So, so pretty. This is Balmy Blue for your blue. There are 3 different colors in here. And then there's this pink one that is Barely Blush. And then they're just calling this one, this kind of beige off-white one, an Iridescent. So you get 2 pieces of each. But these are the 3 colors. So pretty. So again, vellum paper is a see-through paper. Now, this one's not as easy to see through because it's a balmy blue, but it is see-through vellum. So that is part of that suite. Again, I want to say that this is called Scenic Coast. Let me double check that real quick. Hold on. Let me pull out my catalog, again, that I can look through because I have a copy of it. And if you are local and you want yours, you can come get it and see it. You can flip through it as well. I just can't open it up online until May 1st. Where is... Okay. I'm just going to go to the bundles. Good gracious. You guys will like the new catalog setup. It is more like it was on our old catalogs. Yes, Scenic Coast. You guys. Okay, so the colors in this pack of paper. Strawberry Slush, Crushed Curry, Balmy Blue, Blueberry Bushel, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape. And this has a iridescent foil to it. Now this is a 6x6 pack of paper. So when they are the 6x6s, there are 48 sheets. So you get 8 pieces of each because there are 6 different designs in this pack of paper. So the back side is very just basic colors. Here's that Azure Afternoon, Crushed Curry, Gorgeous Grape, Strawberry Slush. Here's another Gorgeous Grape. And then a pretty Peacock Blueberry Bushel. So the back, yeah, they're all right. But the fronts, guys. I'm going to show these off one at a time because I think you need to really take it in. Can you see that foil, the shimmer of it? I'm talking about this part right here. So the rest of this is just regular around the sides, but for the water to get the reflection of the sun, they made some foiling. Hopefully you guys can see that. I really hope that is showing. But there's a very pretty, look at this one. If you don't like the pinks, they still have you covered. Hopefully I am tilting that and you are seeing that glisten. But just the whole reflection down here, this whole iridescent shimmer. Here's one that has the pinks and the purples. I love, 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 love this pack of paper. This one is probably my favorite. However, it is so hard to pick a favorite. And I am so glad that there are 8 pieces of each piece of paper. Can you guys, I hope this paper, oh, you guys, I'm sure the camera doesn't even do it justice. But I love a good ocean view. So you're asking me, Shauna, why are you not using this for your next one? If it's your favorite piece of paper, why is this not the May Card Club? Well, I thought with Father's Day, this might be a little bold and in your face. So we'll do the Lakeside Retreat for Father's Day. And then we have the summer months. We can do scenic ocean coast anytime during the summer. We have the whole summer to play with this. Now, this one, of course, I bought the whole suite. So let me show you. Here's the stamp set. So, wherever this note finds you, wishing you a lifetime of joy, happy anniversary, happy retirement, congratulations. I hope it finds you happy. The adventure continues. You brighten my day. Some clouds, some little cave, mountain, arch, some water, a sun. You guys, there was a lady that made a great Easter card using this stamped image for the tomb. Like a he has risen. I mean, it's not huge, but it is a big enough size to put that on the front of a card. It had the 3 crosses in the back. Oh, the card was just gorgeous. So, and then the dies, guys. These dies. Cannot wait for you guys to see the catalog and see the sample. This cuts out a little circle with a sailboat, so you could put this in the background, use some Secret Sea, a darker color, cut this out, and let that poke through. You could have this sailboat sailing in the water with the sunset in the back. The cards are just gorgeous. So again, let me show you these dies. You have a little sun rays. You have a lighthouse. You have some seashells. Again, you have the little tomb. Some birds. Here's a little bitty sailboat, a sun. You have some fencing, some little netting for fishing. That would be a great one to use with the Lakeside Retreat bundle. So great dies. When I opened the catalog, this is the one that caught my attention. The one that I had to have. So, because I've showed you this stamp and die, let's look at the other stamps and dies. So, another one is, you know, that may be, hold on. That may be the only one out of the May catalog. These other ones I think are March exclusives. I'm going to go ahead and show them to you. But before I do that, Stampin' Up! Came out with what's called a precision plate. So this is new. It kind of reminds me of a mouse pad. It's a very flimsy, thick, rubbery, but you can use this on your dies and get more of a impression, which is why it's called an impression plate. But it shows, it gives you more dimension. So don't miss this in the catalog. That's going to be really fun to play with. These other ones are just exclusives, I want to say, for March. This may have been in the May catalog. I get really confused with the online exclusives versus what's in the catalog. So this one is called Untouched Landscapes. And you can create a variety of different landscapes. We've got some like wildflower. You have some like prairie grass hill. We've got an ocean, kind of have like a desert look, some mountains. So this is one of those building stamps. So you can layer all of these on top of each other or use them separate and not together at all. So I thought this was going to be a fun one to play with. We'll see what I can come up with. I love landscapes. This was definitely a March exclusive. This is called Rolling Waves. So it's going to be beachy. We're going to use it for some summer cards, but it has hoping your day is perfect, happy birthday, thank you, you're in my thoughts, bon voyage. It's got some seashells. It has some waves, some beach. Here are the dies. These dies are amazing. So again, some seashells, some beach, some waves, little umbrellas, a little, what do you call those? Tropical palm leaf. So that's going to be fun to play with. We also have this Barbecue Master. I could use this one for Father's Day. I might. I may not even do the lakeside retreat for Father's Day. I haven't created my cards yet. That is on this weekend's to-do list. So this is a contender still. I'm just leaning more towards the lakeside. So happy Father's Day. You're flippin' awesome. To the Grill Master. This is a great title for a scrapbook page. Grillin' and chillin'. It's pretty big. Happy birthday. We've got some kebabs, some utensils, a mitt, some barbecue sauce, a fire, some hot dogs. The dies are fun in this set, so you can make a hamburger. Again, you've got your tools, your kebab, your fire, your barbecue pit, your little hot dog, your mitten. So this will be a fun one to play with. Who knows? Depends on where the day leads me. This was another one that I had to get. Of course, I have a son that's in the Army, so this is kind of close to my heart. But I picked up the Service Essentials. So proud of you. Welcome home. You make a difference. Thank you for your service to a real hero. I think this will be great. So again, I don't know if you'll see this in a card class, but this will definitely be personal use. And some ones that I have not used that were in the annual catalog. Greenery Lane, it's still around. It did not retire. So I had one stamp and die set carry over. This does have some washi tape, kind of like the Extraordinary Flora. Let me grab that one, because I haven't used that one either. But this one did not retire either. So this is a still to use current, but it has a stamp, has a die that cuts out this washi tape. So that is still one that is sticking around. There weren't very many. Another one that is sticking around is this Symphony of Nature? Nature Symphony? I think it's Symphony of Nature. I don't have the stamp set, but I did get the dies because I loved this floral background piece right here. And I thought at first that I could use it for Father's Day with this paper. It was a bundle. So Nature, hold on, let's see what this paper was called again. I think this was Nature's Walk. Yeah, Nature Walk. So I think this is Nature Symphony, or anyway, something like that. So that's still around. The Notes of Spring is another one if your father likes hunting. This was the product of the month for March. You could do, you know, something with the foliage and the deer and do a hunting card. You could also use this Untouched Landscapes with these images. But I think that's it, guys. I think you've seen everything. Oh, here's a embossing folder. This is called the Lovely Stripes embossing folder. This is really pretty for some manly cards. So there is quite a bit to choose from out there, and I think this again was a March Online exclusive set. So that's all I have for today. Now remember, this weekend is a twofer. We're doing 2 lives in one weekend because I took off last weekend. I took off Easter. I figured everybody was going to be traveling, spending time with family. So I did not come in my craft room once. I should have cut kits last weekend. I didn't. So I have a busy weekend ahead of me. I'll be working all weekend. But tomorrow, come back at 1 o'clock for this beautiful card. This has a little belly band on it to keep it closed. And this was actually using an old, I think this is retired, but you could use any floral. Hold on, where's it at? I have it stuck away, I'm sure. Here it is. Happiness Abounds. This is one that you guys haven't seen in a while. This was one that came out, I think last year, maybe the year before, and it just carried over. But I have so many floral dies and stamps in my stash. I'm ashamed almost. I think I have every flower that there is. But what I really wanted was to show off this lovely and beautiful designer series paper. This pack of paper was out of stock for a long time, but it is back. It's this pack of paper right here. I love this paper so much, I based my April card class off of it. Just the pack of paper, not the stamp or the die. And you'll see me do that a lot. I'll fall in love with something, but the stamps and the dies I didn't need. I just wanted the pack of paper. This pack of paper is gorgeous. So I really just focused on the paper and fun folds that would show off the pack of paper. So here's tomorrow's card. It could be a Mother's Day card. It could be a happy birthday card. It could be just thinking of you card. So it's whatever you want it to be. But that is tomorrow, and I have several other cards using that designer series paper to show you. So come back tomorrow, 1 o'clock, and we'll do a card. Thank you guys for spending an hour with me, an hour and 14 minutes really, showing off the new product. I hope you guys liked what you see. You kind of got a taste for the catalog. In May, I'll be able to open the catalog and we'll do a walkthrough of the catalog. But hopefully this will hold you over for a little bit. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. I read everything that you send. We'll see you tomorrow at 1. You guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye.